Good evening, everyone. My name is Katherine Johnson. I'm the CEO of the Richmond Hill Bryan County Chamber of Commerce. And on behalf of our board of directors, we're so glad to see so many of y'all here this evening. Obviously, the purpose of this event is to help our candidates get their information out to you as our community to make sure you're well educated before voting. We do have 4 questions for the candidates. So they received 2 prior to today and 2 they have not seen yet. All right. And at this time, I'll ask Tom Allman to come up. He will be our moderator this evening. He is on our Government Affairs Committee with our board of directors. And we are grateful to him to moderate this evening. We are going to try to keep everything on time, so y'all bear with us. We, again, want to thank our candidates for all coming tonight to show up for y'all. So, Tom, I'll have you come up and go over a few things, and we'll get started.
Thank you, Catherine. Pardon? Yeah, you're good. All right. Good evening, everyone. First of all, I just want to kind of go through the rules for the community. First of all, silence your cell phones. If anybody's got cell phones out there, I assume everybody's got one, so let's silence them. This event's scheduled for 2 hours, and we ask that the audience, when entering or leaving the room, do so in a manner not to disturb the remaining attendees. We expect everyone to behave in a professional and polite manner. This is an opportunity for you to hear the candidates' positions and to make an informed decision at the ballot box. Any questions as to the rules or format should be addressed to me. And I have the responsibility for interpreting those rules. For the candidates, and these have just been reviewed by the candidates prior to coming up here. The order of answering questions by the candidates was done at random, and that was completed prior to this event. However, I will be introducing the candidates in alphabetical order by position. All candidates shall answer the questions and address other candidates in a professional manner. We have 1.5 minutes to answer each question. A warning will be given at 30 seconds with a yellow card. And then I will be standing up at 15 seconds when you have 15 seconds remaining. And you can't see it, but we do have a little wrestling timer up here so all the candidates can see how much time they got. It'll be counting down as we go through. For Board of Education District 4, we have Walteria Main. We have Rebecca Ricker. We have Marianne Smith. We're going to start off with question number 1. The first question is, what attributes and behaviors do you think are essential for school board members?
So, can you guys hear me? Yeah. The attributes and behaviors that are essential for school board members, I feel, you have to be open-minded, you have to be empathetic, unbiased, compassionate, respectful, professional. You also have to commit to a vision of high expectations, accountability-driven, data-savvy, and focus on continued learning and training. And yeah, that's it.
Thank you. Next, Ms. Ricker.
We need to be relational and respectful. We need to be humble, always willing to listen. The people are the ones to elect the school board representatives, so we need to be able to listen to the people. We need to be kind, treat others with respect, and show grace, even those that we disagree with. We need to be compassionate. These kids are kids. They're not numbers. They hold value, and we need to show them love. We need to show them respect, as well as the parents, the teachers, and the administrators here. And we need to be honest. If we're not honest, then we are looking out for ourselves and our own interests, and we're not looking out for the interests of others and serving the people who have elected us.
Thank you, Ms. Smith.
I believe first and foremost, a school board member should have a genuine interest and commitment to public education. Every child in the school system, not just one particular type of child. They need to have a respect for the entire community, not just their constituency. I think it's important to be able to actively listen to all opinions. They need to be open-minded, not self-serving. Even if it's something I want personally, it doesn't mean it's the best thing for the entire school system. The culture and climate of our schools is a reflection of the school board. We need people that are 110% in support of public education. We need school board members that hold themselves to a high standard, both ethically and morally. We need people on the school board that are forward thinking. We can't be idle with all the continued growth that we have. I think an even temper, a willingness to collaborate with the team, serving in the best interest of every student is probably the biggest attribute that every school board member should hold. We need people on the board that want to preserve the integrity of our school system. We have worked too hard to get to where we are today, and we need to fight to keep it.
Our second question is, what is your vision on how a board member should be involved? Operational or strategic? And we'll kick this one off with District 4, Ms. Ricker.
School board member is elected by the people, so it should represent the people. The only reason for the school board to act operational is when it benefits everyone as a whole. But for the most part, it should be strategic. You have different schools with different ages, different problems, different issues. So you have to put in place different policies and let them be implemented.
Thank you. And Ms. Smith?
All right, I'm going to stay sitting. When I first got on the school board 9 years ago, I had a different vision of what the role of a board member was. I found out that there are laws in place that clearly define our role. The state law delegates power and authority to school boards to develop policies, rules, and regulations that control the operations of the school. This includes system organization, school site locations, school finance, equipment purchases, staffing. Those are just a few. It's a job of the school board to look at the big picture. We have others in place that do the actual job, and they're way better at it than us. We are not in the weeds. We are not in the day-to-day activities of the school system. A school board employs a superintendent to run the system. He is our only employee. I believe it's a job of the school board to keep the superintendent informed of any concerns or issues brought to us by the community. His job then is to bring us back facts, data, and sometimes a plan to fix the issue. I believe the board should be involved strategically at all times. We have to be a part of the long-term planning of our school system. We are the fastest growing county in Georgia and the 6th fastest in the country. We have to think long-term fiscal responsibilities. We help develop the vision and goals of the school system and align them with the budget, which ultimately affects student achievement. And this is the main function of a school board. So everything we do, both organizational and strategic, need to be focused on student achievement.
Ms. Bain?
So the day-to-day operational responsibilities are delegated to the superintendent. However, the strategic involvement for us, we would advocate for public education by addressing and following up with the citizens' inquiries, participate in community events, cultivate relationships within the community, manage district policies, formulate, revise, and review policies, approve support services for our students as well as our teachers, provide fiscal oversight. We will also advocate for our students and community, hire and or fire the superintendent, and monitor and report any concerns of the community. Thank you.
Question number 3. Would you make any changes to the budget or budget process? And if so, why or why not? Ms. Smith?
Sorry. Can I read the question one more time? Okay, I would not change the budget process. I think we have a very sound budget process in place. I do want to speak on the superintendent's salary. He did not receive a raise ever since he started on the school board. We are the highest growing or fastest growing school board county, in Georgia. And we've said this, I've said this so many times, 6th in the country. We are number 1 student achievement in our region. We are 13th in Georgia. He works hard, and I don't think anybody in this room would do it for a penny less. With the size of our county, he employs 1,500 people. We have 10,000 kids. So if we're looking at this as a business, this is a pretty big business. It's the biggest business in Bryan County. As far as teachers, I believe that they do deserve more money. I think everybody that is employed by Bryan County Schools deserves a raise. And yes, we are working on that. We have a phenomenal HR department, and they bring us a salary study of every department in our system. And over the past 10 years, we have funded one-time payments 5 different times to every staff member in our system. So I think that's pretty great. But we do need to give them a raise, and we're working on that.
Mr. Riker.
Thank you. I think that the budget process needs to be transparent. Everyone should see it. It should represent the people. Make sure that there's no strings attached with it where there's forced belief systems coming in with the money that is given. I believe that, again, the focus should be education. I mean, look at the parapros. I know amazing parapros. And they make $12,000 a year. They substitute, they work hard, and a board member got a raise and it's at $99,500. So parapros should have more. And as a board member, if I was elected, I would say I'd give up mine so that they could have more, because they deserve it. They work so hard. I know we have amazing teachers here and amazing administrators. And I believe that the budget process should be transparent and should work for the teachers and those that are working so hard every day.
Ms. May.
Thank you. So would I change any of the processes for the budget? I would not. And it's kind of like beating a dead horse. We all collectively agree that the teachers are phenomenal. They deserve every penny that they get. When it comes to the superintendent, when everybody was talking about it, his pay, I was like, hey, what are the prereqs to be a superintendent? Because I want that. But no, every penny that he's paid, I know that it's well deserved. The only issue or concern that I have, that I've talked to people in North and South Bryan, it doesn't seem like the budget is equitable across both. So basically that would be the only thing, because all the resources that we have out here, I feel like the budget has been well, what is the word I'm looking for? It's been, used properly for the resources for the teachers. We do need raises for the paras, but other than that, I would just like to see North and South Bryan reflect each other, because right now it doesn't seem that it is. And that's basically it. Thank you.
Now, the final question is, how do you plan to enhance the quality of education we offer, which is why so many people have moved here? Ms. Main?
I would, let's see. Well, something I would do to enhance the quality of education out here in Bryan County. Right now, we all know that the scores as far as testing and grades, they are phenomenal. Sports, phenomenal. From talking to parents out here and some teachers, mental health is an issue out here. That's one thing that we need to focus on. We need to get some programs and people into place to help these kids manage their emotions at school. We need some programs and people in place to help with inclusion. With the growing number of people out here in Bryan County, it is becoming more diverse. Some people don't really seem to like that very much, but we need to have some things in place so that people can accept the differences with one another. You know, it's all different kind of political parties, cultures, all one melting pot. For me, myself personally, I'm a Navy veteran. I've been around the world. I've been mixed in with different cultures and people. I'm able to adapt like a chameleon. So I feel like all of us should be able to do that so that we can move forward and progress like we need to. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Smith.
Let's see. I think we have a phenomenal school system. I think our teachers are amazing. The administrators are amazing. And I know we're not perfect. Maybe they're perfect, but maybe it's the board that's not perfect. But we just need to continue to support them. We can support them through mentorships, pay, of course. We did just approve smaller classroom sizes, so that's going to help with student achievement. Obviously, the less students in a classroom, the easier it is for a teacher to teach these kids, and it's easier for kids that may be ADHD to focus and get more out of that classroom from that teacher. I think that we need to continue to offer, like Pam said, more vocational studies. And that is coming when we build our new high school that will open in the fall of 2023. We've also purchased land for North Bryan. So that is to come probably sooner than later with the growth that we're going to see very soon. So if we continue to put these things in place and give them classrooms, retain our teachers, give our teachers a reason to stay, then we can only go up from there.
Ms. Ricker?
Public education should represent the public as a whole. Every parent has the right to raise their children in the belief systems and values of their choice, and not one parent's right is of more value than another. And in order for public education to support the parents' rights, belief systems should be established from the home. Education in public schools should focus solely on education. I love Bryan County. I love how fast we're growing, but everybody knows more people, more problems, right? So students should have a level playing field to make sure that they are treated equally to help reduce rivalry and bullying. There should be consistency in the discipline, and the students should be aware of the consequences. If the students are getting mixed messages and don't know what to expect, that's going to create more anxiety, more stress, which causes more rivalry and more bullying. And I know, again, our schools are so big. Middle school is big. High school is so big. You need one person, not more responsibility on the administrators that are already there doing so much, but one person to solely focus on the discipline issues to keep things in line. And policies should be put in place that help support the administrators and the teachers so they can focus on education and less on behavioral management.